So we've been asked about our Mountain Man breakfast that we make and how to make it. And so we thought a camping trip to Valdez would be a great time to show you guys how. Sorry about the background noise with all the seagulls and stuff, but we're all silver salmon fishing and camping around, sitting around a campfire, and so we're going to make some Mountain Man breakfast for breakfast. First, you need either bacon or sausage. I prefer bacon. You need hash brown potatoes or diced potatoes. And then you need eggs and you need cheddar cheese. So the first thing you do is you dice up your bacon, and then you are going to saute that in a pan. And when that gets a little crispy, you'll add your hash brown potatoes. So we're sauteing our bacon, and we're just kind of getting it to where it's just starting to crisp up. Most of the water's out of it. Just the bacon grease is starting to form at the bottom, and then we're going to add our potatoes. Oh, that was too many. So really with this breakfast, it's just you estimate how many you would like. It's not really a matter of how much ratio or like 2 cups. It's just, if you like more potatoes, put more potatoes in it. We're going to let our potatoes crisp up a little bit. So you want to put some oil on the bottom if your potatoes start sticking, either butter or oil. If they start getting too hot on the bottom, you don't want to burn the potatoes. Turn down my heat. And then you have to have a lid to do this, because we're going to put the eggs, we're going to crack the eggs on top of it, and then we're going to melt the cheese on top of it as well. And so it's a good rule of thumb to have a lid that you can heat up. The Dutch oven works really good. You can also do this over a campfire and put coals on a Dutch oven, and that's absolutely the best way to do it. But we're going to heat this pan lid up, and this goes over. So we're going to heat this up on the other burner just so it's ready to cook the eggs from the top side as well. So we added some butter just to keep the hash browns from sticking on the bottom. We had pretty lean bacon, but a lot of times the bacon grease will be enough to keep the hash browns from sticking on the bottom and burning. So you're putting a lot of heat on this, and the more heat you can get from the top to the better, especially when you put the eggs in, because you're not going to be able to stir it after you put the eggs in. So right now we're heating up this pan to be ready to flip on top and help cook it from the top down once we put the eggs in. So we're going to crack the eggs now. Our Mountain Man breakfast is almost done enough to get the eggs on it. You just crack them on like you're making an over easy egg.
Except without the shells.
You want to try not to pop the yolks. These are from our chickens, so their shells are kind of on the hard side. And you just fill over the top. And I've got the heat down as low as I can get it right now, because you don't want to burn the bottom.
Oop, check that one.
Yeah.
We generally use, what, about 18 eggs or so?
This is a smaller pan though. Ouch. Okay, so the goal of this is to get the egg whites to cook all the way, but the yolks to be soft. So anyways, we're to the point where we add the cheese. You can see they're just a little bit jiggly. That means the whites aren't quite done, but they'll cook just a little bit with the cheese. You put the cheese till it's melted. Alright, and there you go. So, here we go. Mountain Man breakfast finished. The cheese is melted. Hopefully we didn't burn the bottom. That's always the trick, is to not burn the bottom.
Your yolks,
It's pretty good. The yolks are a little
whites
bit.
aren't quite done.
So there it is. Mountain Man breakfast. Cody, how is it? Luke, you like Mountain Man breakfast, huh?
You know, I do a winter Mountain Man retreat for about 60 men, and I usually cook out of my Dutch ovens, and I cook on a barrel stove. It's hard to get the heat right and everything, but I like starting with a lot of bacon. I like this, Jake. You used a lot of bacon at the bottom to start with, to start your dish, but you are right. It's hard cooking on a stove sometimes because all the heat comes from the bottom, and a lot of times you burn your oven. But boy, this is a beautiful day here in Valdez, Alaska, and it's a beautiful breakfast. Just had my coffee. I'm going to have another one, and it's a good day for a good breakfast.
Leave us a like, leave us a comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe.